So welcome guys, I am Amanda Villarreal and tonight our focus is on walking through the Shaklee product guide. And I think that this is a great way to get a lot of information in a short amount of time. And it might be a little overwhelming. So I want you guys to know that we are recording this. So you could go back if you'd like the link. Feel free to reach out to whoever invited you and we'd be happy to share that link with you. Just to really quick, share who I am. I have been in the health and wellness industry for about 20 years. I've been with Shaklee for over 20 years. And our goal is to help people improve their health. So whether it's through exercise, diet, lifestyle, nutrition, that is our focus. And we have 5 children and we are definitely a Shaklee family, and you will hear bits and pieces of how some of these products we incorporate into our life and health here too. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started. And as we are going to, guys, I want to mention that we do love to hear ideas. So if you guys have some topics you would like to know about, please reach out, because we try to plan them about a month in advance. And, we would love to incorporate some topics you're looking to learn more about. So as we begin here, just a really quick foundational message about Shaklee and kind of where it comes from. As we're walking through the catalog, you'll see a lot of words in here that become familiar. And I think one that you will see a lot of is nature. And Shaklee is all about using nature and supporting nature. And it's pretty cool, the fact that everything they do is revolved around the environment. So you can always feel good that you're working with a company that is focused on long-term health and doing good for not just us, but also for the planet. So, and as we go through here, like I said, guys, we're going to cover a lot. So I'll repeat that. I'm going to talk a little fast, but I think that there's just so much that is exciting to share that I just want to make sure that I get this across in the best way though. So like I said, please ask questions, guys, as we're going here. But as we look at kind of what separates Shaklee apart, one of the things I really like to highlight here is this beyond organic. And a lot of people think that organic has the highest standards, and that's what they look for when they purchase products. And I can tell you right now that Shaklee standards are actually way above organic in regards to over 350 tests above organic standards are done on every single product. And the testing is not just before, but it's before, during, and after processing. And it really goes to show that there will never be any questionable ingredients or anything that you have to worry about affecting any cell in our body. That was Dr. Shaklee's focus way back in 1956 when Shaklee Corporation was created. His focus is on every single product that was created will never harm any cell in our body. And that is still the focus today. And I also love this 100% money back guarantee that, you know what, any product you try, it is 100% guaranteed to be safe, to be proven, and to be effective, and to be pure. So our Prove It Challenge, just to begin, for a lot of us, this is something that we look at as a great way to start with an option for building health. And it's not necessarily, we were just talking about this with some of our teammates last night, actually, on challenge is not necessarily, we feel, the best word. We want this to become a lifestyle. And this is a great foundation for beginning that, starting with the cleanse, leading into rebuilding with using the strips and the shakes. We are big fans of getting people started with this and have really found that it is by far the best way for somebody to jumpstart their health. So again, this is called the Prove It Challenge, and we'll talk about some of those products a little bit throughout this. Now, another thing that, again, really kind of separates and I believe highlights Shaklee from so many of the other things out there is all of the studies they have done. And this one here is really special because of the fact that it proves that people that use Shaklee products long-term are healthier. So you can kind of see some of the statistics on here. And this is a goal that we really want to think about, is even something like, the #1 actually killer in the United States is actually heart disease. And if we can do things that can actually reduce our risk for things that are affecting heart health, think of the effect it's going to have on our health long term. So these studies are key. So this isn't just people talking. There's the research backing up that nature can actually work. And it's, again, scientifically proven to do so. And love the fact Shaklee products are used by so many different people. Myself, I mentioned our kids. Scarlett's over here taking notes. That it's a perfect option for everybody from an Olympian to the White House uses our cleaning products. It was one of Oprah's favorite products, but yet we don't see it in the stores. And it's because it's only sold through distributors, because the education is really important for people to understand why Shaklee is different. If it was put in the store with a lot of other products, the money goes into the marketing and the money goes into the labeling and where it's placed on the shelf. not what's into the product, which is Shaklee's original belief and foundation was on making sure that the products were clean and that all of the money goes into research to continuing to prove that they are safe. So here's a quick little, some of the areas of importance we're going to be touching on. And like I said, for me to cover 92 pages in 20 minutes is pretty tough. So a heads up, we may be going over here just a little bit here. So looking into kind of the foundations, and we want everybody to know that there is an option for everyone. We don't care what your budget is. Again, we don't care where your health is beginning or where your health is, 20 years from now. There is a starting point for everyone. And I love the fact that we have foundations and then we have targeted options. And that's why there's so many products that are available, because there is unfortunately not a one size fits all type option. And for many people, as we were talking about that Prove It challenge a second ago, the Vitalizer is included in that initial pack of the Prove It challenge. And we love the Vitalizer because it has so many nutrients involved with this. There's 12 clinical studies on these. There's one for men, women, and Vitalizer Gold is for those over 50. But the nutrients that are in here and then how they are absorbed is very special. I've never seen another product that has the absorption like this Vitalizer does in particular. And that delivery system, again, has all the patents that you'll never see it anywhere else. And to get what you would find in either of these strips, whether you're using the Vitalizer or the Life strip, they're very similar. You would have to eat so many different foods every day to incorporate what is in one of these strips each day. So again, this is why we need to supplement. And I think it's very important as we kind of talk through some of these things here that, we note that as we're trying to start with the foundation, the reason we recommend supplements today is because of our modern American diet. And there is no way we can eat everything we need to every day. And our diet is extremely devoid of nutrients now, and it's not necessarily our fault. It's just that our food sources today are so much more processed, and we have so many more toxins and, additives and things that are being included into our food that really make a difference in what happens into how that is actually building up our nutrition. So we have options, starting with multivitamins, great way to begin. And then we continue to build on to optional plans. And it's nice because you can actually save if you choose to do a plan. You can get 10% off by doing packages, and that's why these are a lot of times a very popular way to go. I'd probably say the number one program that we sell is actually the vitalizing plan. And I think it's because it's a simple, easy, take a strip, take a shake every day. You've got your foundation covered. And again, that's also revolved around that Prove It challenge. So, and as we get into kind of understanding a little bit more about some of the products, the protein, there's a lot of different protein options. There's plant, there's soy. And the great thing is that no matter what you choose for options, you can know that the foundation is the same for all of them, that you have, the properties in here you're seeing here from gluten-free to vegan to dairy-free. There's stevia options, there's non-stevia options, but no matter what, the foundation is still there, that you have the balance of protein, carbs, nutrients, all exactly what you need. The clinical studies have proven that you will, even using a supplement like this, be able to maintain 100% of your lean muscle mass using this protein. So, that is amazing. It can be used for weight loss. It can just be used for general health, but the nutrition in here is by far the most balanced meal you can find. So shakes are definitely, for now, most of us, we're so busy, a convenient and fast option. And that's also a great thing to have, even for our kids. We have a lot of arguments on which flavors to use, but our kids all do use the shakes here too. Getting into some more of the studies, you're going to see a lot of these on the pages as we're walking through here. And I don't have time to read all of them to you, but you will note that the studies are listed. So everything we're saying is not made up. These are third-party clinical studies actually published in peer-reviewed medical journals. So muscadine grape, talking about anti-aging, and also our telomere study is going to lead us into our next product here, which this is called Vivic. So, and if you're, I think the great thing about this is I see some of your names on here, and I know a lot of you might be familiar with one or two products. But you're going to learn about so much here. I don't want you to get overwhelmed, but I just want you to understand all the possibilities we have for helping to integrate more natural options into people's health and lives. So this Vivix is a healthy aging product, and it's very unique for the fact that it actually helps to increase the slowing down of our telomeres, and that our telomeres are actually an indication of our aging. So if we can shorten that process, we can actually increase the aging of our cells. And this is a product that's specific to working at the cellular level. Now, there's a lot of products out there with resveratrol in them, but this is by far the most potent formula out there. It has 98% absorbable resveratrol. And if you look at most companies on the marketplace with any resveratrol product, the highest amount is 50%. And most resveratrol products actually have emodin added to them, which is a laxative. So a lot of people that try a resveratrol product, they say they can't take it because it upsets their stomach. And that's why it has an additive in it, because they think that by adding a laxative property to it, it's going to help to cleanse the body more, which again, we know that that's not necessarily safe. And there's no sulfites in here. You know, this is, one bottle is equivalent to drinking 3,000 glasses of red wine in the amount of resveratrol that's in here. Very, very concentrated, but it doesn't have the sulfates, you know, for people that want to say, I'd rather drink the red wine. It's not going to have the same properties as using a product like this. So again, love Vivix. Another area to touch on here fast, which we'll be talking about this again here soon too, is our probiotics. And this time of year, guys, cold and flu season, you know, coronavirus, everything we have going around right now, gut health needs to be a primary focus. This is an excellent option. The clinical studies have actually proven this strain to be particularly effective. That's what's in this DI, to help with an immunity component for our digestive health. And so much happens in our gut, for our brain, for our joints, for circulation. You know, we just did a call not too long ago, specifically focusing on gut health, which I think we're going to do another one soon. But it's really fascinating how over 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut that goes to your brain. And so many functions in our body need to be addressed from our gut health. So this is an excellent option. It actually has 4 different strains of live bacteria in there. And it's a capsule, which even if you break it open for kids and dump it into a food, it's the only formula that has been guaranteed to still be live when it reaches your intestinal tract. So that is a pretty cool option, that for those that can't swallow pills, you have the option to actually open this up as a capsule. So I mentioned some more digestive health properties and options out there. So digestive, you know, lots of us, we struggle with this. This is a really common issue today. You know, whether it's gas, whether it's bloating, whether it's you eat foods and you get an upset stomach, so many reasons that revolve around this topic. And oftentimes meds are not going to be helpful, and we need to know natural options. Your prebiotic, in case you wonder what this is, this gets your body ready for your probiotic. This is kind of like opening up your intestinal tract to prepare for that good bacteria to come in. So many people that have things like irritable bowel, diverticulitis, they need something to make that good bacteria absorb into their body. And that can be an issue. Candida, if you have a lot of yeast in your body, you have to figure out how to get the body to open up to allow that probiotic to work. So that's why there's a prebiotic. Most people are fine with a pearl, but just so you know what this is. There's also Herblax, and this is actually one of my favorite products. It was developed by Dr. Shaklee in 1920, and sienna is the main ingredient in this. And it is interesting that this product is actually used in other countries for helping with a laxative option. And Miralax is not sold in other countries because Miralax has been proven to flush too much out of. It's interesting, if you do some research on Miralax, you'll learn a lot. It's not necessarily a safe option, especially for long term. And a lot of kids are put on Miralax, which again can be very dangerous as it flushes out and causes dehydration and many other issues used for very long periods of time. So this is 90% detoxifier and 10% laxative, so very gentle. It's also part of that Prove It challenge, part of our cleanse, very important to help with your bowels. Stomach soothing complex, perfect for the stomach flu. If anybody has gotten that yet this year, knock on wood, we haven't had anything here yet, but this is something we do keep on hand. And it's also great if you notice you get car sickness, motion sickness, this is what we use. Easy Gest. It's a multi-enzyme option that helps with breaking down foods. So the digestive aids in there, perfect if you know someone that struggles with heartburn, with IBS, with maybe they've had their gallbladder removed. This can be a very helpful product because it helps to get the food to flush through the system much easier. And there's also some fiber options for people that do need additional fiber in their diet. There are actually tablets, and there's a powder. And here's our cleanse to, you know, we mentioned this was part of our Prove It challenge. And for you guys who are not familiar with this, it's a little packet you take morning and night. It has the products we're going to be talking about. We already covered the DI and the Herblax, and we'll talk about the other products here, including our liver DTX. But each product is designed to help with a specific organ. Liver DTX, I think it's pretty easy to know, works on the liver. Your liver has actually over 500 functions that are involved with almost every single system in your body. So to give your liver a detox is an excellent thing to do to help with regenerating liver cells, helping with increasing bile flow. Perfect for people that have liver disorders, maybe someone that has a history of alcoholism or just something that has caused their liver to be sluggish. Again, gallbladder, mentioning that again. When you've had an organ removed like your gallbladder, it can cause your other organs to work a lot harder. So sometimes those organs need some help, like our liver. And that's what this product is particularly helpful for. And again, talking about the Shaklee difference here, our MindWorks is another excellent product. It's pretty self-explanatory what the name of this is. It helps with your mind. So improving your sharpness, your focus, and helping the neural connections in your brain. So stimulating that. So if you're noticing you're starting to forget things, Parkinson's, you have neural-based type challenges, this is, again, an incredible product to know about. And again, the studies behind that are pretty impressive in showing how it actually can increase all of the things that help with our memory and focus. And getting into, our omegas, another popular topic with this month being Heart Health Month, that this is critical for your nervous system, for your brain, for heart health. Omegas are something that, again, are hard to get through your diet, so supplementation is very helpful. Some areas that we find especially helpful would be things, irritable bowel, again, Crohn's, colitis, high cholesterol. Anytime someone even struggles with something like ADHD, ADD, helping get, circulation throughout your body into your brain. Love omegas, very important. CoQ Heart, this product is actually free this month from Shaklee if you place over a $200 order. We've been talking a lot about this and love the fact that this is actually one of the most bioavailable forms of CoQ10. So if you're on any cholesterol medications, you should definitely be supplementing with CoQ10. And what makes this different is this has been found that as the formula this has in it particular, some of the research, and I pulled this and I wrote this actually down here, was that this actually provides over a 330% better absorption being in a soft gel versus a 500% decrease in a powder form. So it's actually increasing by over 300%, where in a powder form, basically it's saying it's not even active. So, how we're getting our supplements, very, very important. So, we talked about some of the uses for this, everything from, Raynaud's to improving athletic performance to, again, cholesterol. We talked about, fibromyalgia. Think of blood flow, keeping things moving, important in all areas of, heart health and blood flow, and more things regarding heart health. If you struggle with blood pressure, cholesterol, again, the first thing people do is tend to go on meds, but there are options and we want you to know about these. So of course we incorporate exercise and good diet, but there are definitely products also that can be related to helping with cholesterol and blood pressure. And as we continue to share Shaklee, there's so many areas of our health to mention here. Immunity is a huge one right now. And Nutriferin, I think, is one of the more complex products. I'd have to say it's one of our personal favorites as far as immune system, but it really helps to promote your body's natural ability to produce interferon. So if you're not familiar with interferon, it's actually interferon is a protein that is produced by your cells when the viruses start to invade your body. So this is like, it goes and eats the bad guys, basically. And it took over 40 years to develop this, and it's exclusive to Shaklee, but it's a great way to help keep your immune system a little more stable. So, some populations of people this is particularly helpful for. Maybe think of the elderly, people that get sick a lot, somebody that has a weakened immune system, autoimmune disorders, cancer, anybody that's just, again, kind of struggling with immune health. We take this daily. Allergies, another big reason to take Nutriferin. And another one is vitalized immunity. Now this will be more like a temporary, just need a boost. So 16 oranges worth of vitamin C is similar to emergency. It just gives you a blast, and it's a great way to have, just that when we travel, we always take this with us. So as an option to have conveniently and able to drink, great for kids too. And Defend and Resist, another one that you can chew it, you can make it into a tea, perfect for sore throats to suck on these. It does have echinacea in there also, but it promotes white blood cell production. So it really does help with, again, increasing your immune health very quickly. But because it does have echinacea in there, I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but echinacea is a product that you don't necessarily stay on long term because it develops, basically, your body develops an immunity to it. So it's something you take short term, 7 days, maybe take a break for a day, then you could go back on it if needed. But the echinacea in there, you know, is a very great component for immune health. So it's a great thing to know about. But again, you also want to know how to be using these products. So defend and resist, also one that you could use temporarily and as needed. So pain relief, this is an area so many people struggle with, and just kind of understanding the options here. So I'm kind of working backwards here on my screen, but I'm going to first start with this topical pain cream, which the active ingredient in there is menthol, and it has a patented liposome delivery system. So it's, what it does is it actually turns off all 3 of your prostaglandins, and that will help to result in instant pain relief. And it actually stays there for a little while. So it's not like a biofreeze or something where it's quick and then it's gone, or icy hot. It actually lasts for a while. So great for muscle relief. We even use this sometimes sinus infections, rub it on your forehead. Somebody just asked me about sinus infections earlier. I forgot to mention that. I think they might be on the Zoom, but that's a great thing to keep on hand. It lasts forever. It's so concentrated. The pain relief complex, think of headaches. Think of when you need pain relief and maybe it's chronic and you don't want to take Tylenol or ibuprofen for it every day. PMS symptoms, anytime you have pain, you know, you're recovering from an injury, but again, it doesn't have side effects. It doesn't eat away your stomach if you're taking over-the-counter pain relievers. Mood Lift Complex, this would be our natural antidepressant. So for some of you that struggle, season affective disorder, huge right now. This would be the only product that, yes, this is still nature-based, but it can have interactions with using with an antidepressant. So this would be one of the only products we say you need to check with your doctor if you're on an antidepressant, because it can affect how it works with your antidepressant. So you want to note that. But this can take a little bit to build up in your system. So 4 to 6 weeks, we say, to stay on this one. Some products are much faster in how they work, but this one does take a little time. But a great alternative, again, helping to work through getting you to feel better. Stress Relief Complex, the name of that, blunts cortisol, helps to your body to better deal with stress. And stress, again, really wreaks havoc on so many areas of our body. So stress relief, and I know for some of us, we don't always realize that stress is triggering, you know, our habits. Like we don't eat as well, we don't sleep as well, we gain weight. And if we can control, we can't control stress, right? We all have it, it's going to happen. But if we can get our body to better deal with stress, it is amazing how much better you will feel. And you can use this long term. You can use it daily. You can use it as needed, but it works. It will calm your body. You know, if you know anybody who struggles with panic attacks, anxiety, this is an awesome way to help, again, just create that calmness without making you feel like you're going to fall asleep. It's not drowsiness. It's a very different effect. But stress relief, I'd say, is a very staple product in many people's lives that, yeah, we could definitely give you more information about that too. Getting into our bone health segment here. So osteomatrix, what is different about this calcium compared to going to the store and just buying any generic over the counter? If you can see the study, it's actually been proven to help with being best absorbed over a long period of time. And this dissolves within 1 to 7 minutes of being put into your body. Many calcium supplements actually take too long, and so they don't absorb completely. And over time, that can actually build up in your body. So this is instantly absorbed, and it has actually both calcium carbonate and calcium citrate to make it better absorbed. So it has both, which, again, they do all the research and studies to prove what is the most bioavailable resources, and those are the 2 that are used actually in osteomatrix. Joint health, again, the title of it, perfect for anybody that struggles with joint issues. It's very quick to note with this product. 5 days, they say that you'll notice something. If you don't, you don't need to continue. Very fast acting. It has boswellia in there, which is a Ayurvedic herb that actually has a great property to it that helps as an anti-inflammatory. So, you know, the people that struggle with joint issues, this can really give a lot of relief, and it helps to build and regenerate collagen and cartilage. So, you know, whenever you have issues with the joints, this is a product to think about. Many people are recommended to take glucosamine, but adding the right type of glucosamine, not the type that needs to be injected, which is more of the chondroitin. You want to have the kind that's absorbed and will help with keeping what you have left as far as lubrication. So again, great product to know about. And for the future, sometimes as we get older, joints become more and more of an issue too. Eye health, again, I love the name of this one. They actually put eye right on it. So you know what this is targeted for, eye health. So your carotenoids are the main focus on this. Again, think of glaucoma, if you have a history of cataracts in your family. This is why we have specific products, guys, because we're all different. Our genetics are different, our history. This would be specific if you know you have some issues with, dry eyes. This can even help with protection from the sun because of the high amount of carotenoids in there. And you can see the picture of the food sources that are high in this product in particular. And alfalfa, another green product. This is the other one that's in that cleanse we talked about that is very alkalizing to the body. It has a neutral pH and it helps with so many different detoxing properties, pulls heavy metals from our system. Personally, I take 20 of these a day. I have for probably 15 years to help with my circulation. Helps with swelling. If you have a sports injury, to get that inflammation out of there, use alfalfa. Allergies, even things like bad breath, gout, anything that, sometimes people are not quite sure why you have to take so much of this, but you can only get so much of the rich. What alfalfa is the deepest growing plant, grows 20 to 25 feet deep, absorbs trace minerals. So they can only put so much into a little tiny pill. So that's why you have to take so many, unfortunately. But the general recommendation is 1 for every 10 pounds of body weight. So that's kind of the general idea. If you're wondering how many alfalfa do I take? Again, can you use the cleanse, but can also be used on a daily basis. So here's more specialized products. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Sleep. Struggle with insomnia, people that travel, my husband used this a lot when he used to travel back and forth with, different, especially coming in, adjusting to time changes. This is a great product to know about. Also looking at here, your core energy. This is, again, another one of those that gives a natural pick-me-up. I think of, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, people that need energy stabilized throughout the day. This will continue to be released. So it promotes also your body's use of oxygen. So it helps, again, continuously. So again, energy, great product to know about. Glucose regulation helps with keeping blood sugar levels stable. Anybody that's hypoglycemic, pre-diabetic, great product to help with keeping, again, those levels more stable. Even things like candida, people that have a high amount of sugar in their body. Good product to know about is this glucose regulation. Saw palmetto. This is generally known more for men's health. It helps with prostate health, urinary difficulties. Generally for men over 40, this becomes a very popular product. So even helping with the reduction in prostate cancer, again, very important product to know about. GLA complex, this is one geared more towards women and helping with hormone health. So, again, helping with PMS symptoms, giving you those good, it's gamma-linolenic acid is what GLA is. And it's another one of those acids, and it helps to keep your hormones more stable. So again, perfect to know about for women's health. And menopause, as we get older, perfect option to help with mimicking the function of human estrogen. The isoflavones in here, which are actually phytoestrogens that are plant nutrients, and that's what mimics, again, the natural estrogen in your body. So lots of people need options in hormone replacement therapy. And again, not saying some people don't need it, but there's definitely a lot of side effects that go along with that. So again, another natural option. Boost, we got B complex, happy vitamins, these are known as. So again, a complete source of all your B vitamins. Vitamin D, and we can't talk enough about vitamin D. I could spend an hour just on this one alone because it's, this is neglected to be talked about. But just really quickly, I do always mention to all my clients, if you go in and have your physical done, make sure you ask for your vitamin D levels to be checked, because it is, in this area especially, we are known to be deficient. As you look at some of these other targeted options, guys, a lot of people don't know what these are. Why do you take specific nutrients? They're all designed for different reasons. But really quickly, like vitamin C, for example, this is kind of fascinating that we cannot produce vitamin C in our body. That's why we have to supplement with it or eat it in our foods. Smokers, if you've been injured, those types of, reasons you really have to up your vitamin C beyond just for immune health. But again, supplement form, there's a chewable, there's a sustained release, but adding high amounts of vitamin C can be very helpful. And you never have to worry about toxicity with Shaklee. Your body's going to take what it needs. It's just like eating food. So it's very different, like I said, than using synthetic vitamins. Again, you can see some of the different options here and products that are available. Garlic, I'm just going to mention here really fast, though, because of this time of year. This is what we call nature's antibiotic. It's a natural penicillin. It really does work with helping to, we bring up every anti-word you can think of as far as like antifungal, antiviral, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. Think of garlic. Take a lot of garlic. And when you go to the store and you buy a garlic supplement, a lot of times they want to make it odorless. So they actually take the allicin out, which is what is the property that helps with giving you that protection and building up. Basically, so you're getting rid of more of the bad and building up the garlic. That allicin in there is very, very important. So garlic on hand right now is a really good thing. And you can crush it. I was just telling, I don't know if Sean's not here, but I was just telling her the other day, I heard a great tip of somebody that actually crushes it and mixes it with butter and puts it on bread and makes it into garlic toast for their kids. I thought, that's genius. There's so many creative things we can do with these products. So, a lot of it's sharing. So if you guys have some ideas, we'd love to hear from you too. Getting into kids' health, there are definitely options for kids. We have our multivitamins, we have omegas, which are in the chewable form. Again, we can't neglect options for kids, and even some adults like to use the kids' products that can't swallow necessarily pills. We have a whole line of sports nutrition products. So everything from helping with hydration to recovery. This time of year, we do want to mention too, I'm just going to skip here to this one. There's a lot of these products are designed for different purposes. And again, we don't have the time to go through all of them, but right now, Hydrate Plus is a big one. People getting sick this time of year and looking for electrolyte replacements. When you buy an over-the-counter electrolyte replacement, generally it has maybe 4 of them. This has all 6 of them. This does not create that uneven blood sugar spike. It doesn't have artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, and it's a great, safe way to get for your kids also electrolytes. So keep this on hand. We love this. We make it into popsicles. It's great during the summer, but even just people that struggle with chronic fatigue, dehydration is a huge issue that a lot of times just drinking water does not address, and we need electrolytes. So I actually had this every morning with our tea mixed with lemon. That's kind of how we start our day. And, I can really tell a big difference when I use it and when I don't, and even as a pre-workout and during option too. And for energy options, there's chews. There's also an energy, which is a little packet that was on the last screen there, for pre-workout options. Great to know about these guys because it's not going to cause the same effects of using some of these crazy options that are over the counter. And it just helps to create a natural energy boost, which is what we're all looking for. And perfect even for, I don't know if Stacy's on, but her husband's a pilot. He uses it when he flies. Think of, maybe truck drivers, people that need to stay awake. Having these chews without having all those crazy herbs and things that you don't know what it's doing long term. These are great to know about. So we keep these in the car. Our kids use them before, a lot of sports, even before a test to help increase blood flow and focus. So our Build products, amazing. I've used these after every C-section. I've used them after every surgery, not just for workouts. I think people see sports nutrition, they think, I don't work out, I don't need these products, but these can be used for many different purposes. And love the fact that they're all clean. All of the whey proteins are grass-fed. They're very absorbable. They have leucine in there, which is still, again, a key factor in helping with muscle maintenance and recovery. So learning how to use these products is very helpful. And we really encourage after workout, 15 to 30 minutes. We just did a online event last week with Eli Bramer, talked about recovery and that importance of getting that good quality protein in. It is amazing how it will affect how you feel, not only the rest of your day, but for your next workout. So if you don't use anything for recovery, I would suggest learning again and getting some options. So, and this PM Recovery Complex, just a real quick, this is sour cherry is used in this as the main extract, and love that this is used for while you're sleeping, getting inflammation out of your body. But this can help with so many things beyond just muscle soreness. Think of gout, think of reducing inflammation. That it acts like a natural melatonin. So with sleeping, that's, again, doesn't have any addictive properties, but this is something I always recommend if people wake up sore in the morning. And again, maybe it's just arthritis they're struggling with, but it can really help while they sleep. Again, quick mention here of our 180 program. So people that are looking for kind of options to lose weight, not even just losing weight, quick options, meal bars, snack bars. We give our kids meal bars for lunches. Our oldest takes one pretty much every day. Snack bar is great to have on hand. The tea, for again, just antioxidants. We could talk about all the health properties, but love the fact that everything in here is going to help to keep your blood sugar levels stable. And you're not going to go into that feast and famine response that you get with a lot of dietary programs out there. This is designed to help keep you, again, always in that place of being your metabolism very even. It doesn't create the ups and downs, which again, if you're familiar with all the darn diets, the ketos, everything out there, it really creates havoc on your body long-term. And so, I love the fact that this is a great focus that can really be used as needed, on and off, long-term, short-term, but you're not going to have to worry about that constant, oh, I went off from it, now I gained 10 more pounds, and that yo-yo effect, very important with any diet program. So just, this breaks down a little bit more, the shakes, the bars, again, so many options to help with you and meeting your goals and where you're at, and just some options. Mentioning our skincare, you know, there are great options if you're trying to get rid of chemicals. You know, your skin is the largest organ in your body, and what you put on it is directly absorbed into your skin, into your bloodstream. So if we can use things that are very simple, that's what youth is all about. This line especially in particular, I think it's interesting fact that we just did an event a couple weeks ago and we talked a lot about the chemicals that are used in skincare, but Shaklee does not use over 2,500 chemicals that are allowed in every other product line that's out there right now. The US has only banned 11 chemicals from personal care products. And that's scary when we think about every day putting on multiple products from, again, skincares, lotions, makeup, lipstick, whatever it is, that we need to learn about simplified options. And that's what this is. So love the youth. It definitely has options for every skin type. It's all, you know, basically can be used for sensitive skin. Doesn't matter what type of skin you have. Love that it can be used for everyone, but it's gluten-free, it's vegan. There's options for eye treatments, there's masks, there's a mascara, there's BB creams, something for, like I said, everyone. And just a few more of our targeted options. You know, there's a specific product for acne. Our shampoo and conditioner was actually just reformulated. So if some of you used those in the past, you might want to try them out again, because I've actually heard great things about the new formulations on those. But shower gels, you know, different options for multi-purpose cream. We love this one. It's a very inexpensive cream. We use it for, you know, super dry skin. We've actually used it for warts. I actually use this for diaper cream. Again, you can use things in so many different ways. Here's some baby products, deodorants, anything that involves with personal care. There's pretty much an option that you can find in here. And our last area to quickly talk about here is our cleaning products. So again, guys, this is another area that we can't neglect to talk about: what you're putting on your skin, what you're sleeping in, finding natural chemical-free options. You cannot go wrong with our Get Clean line. It is the most cost-effective program option that is out there. For the entire kit, you have $99 invested in a cleaning kit that's worth over $3,400 worth of cleaning products. Everything from your laundry to your dishes, to your dishwasher. You have everything you need, even washing your hands, and you know that it's all non-toxic. Our kids can help us clean. We can feel good about that. But we just, again, love the fact that we know that we are doing something good for the environment. Everything is recyclable, biodegradable. We don't have to worry about dryer sheets that a lot of store-brand ones, if you've never heard this before, they have rat poison in them. People hang around their campers to repel rodents. Ours are actually made out of vegetables, so they will degrade on their own over time. So you can feel good about every single product that you're ever purchasing from Shaklee. And the very last thing here is our water filtration. And if you're drinking a lot of water, great, but make sure it is clean. If you're not drinking enough water, start drinking more. At least half your body weight in ounces, we say, per day, more if you're very active. But this is the first of its kind to actually have a multi-patented water filtration system, and it does remove lead, which is a big one to look for in a water filtration system. Very cost effective. So again, if you don't have a good water system, make sure you just know about our Get Clean water. All right, guys, we just covered a lot here, and I'm just trying to look here real quick to see. I did not see any questions here in our chat, but feel free to unmute you. And again, unmute yourself. Sorry we did go over. I knew this was going to happen because there was so much to cover in here, but I hope it was helpful. So does anybody have a comment, question, or anything they'd like to add real fast? We would love to hear from you. Just make sure you unmute it here. I sure hope you're not all sleeping, because I cannot see any faces except maybe Amy. I can't see anybody else. I think Jennifer just put hers out too. All right, guys. Well, did you find that to be helpful? At least maybe give me a thumbs up or a wave.
Yes, thank you.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, good guys. Well, I'm going to stop the recording. Please reach out. You have more questions. Again, whoever invited you, reach out to them, and we'll have the recording. So if you would like it to share with somebody, please let me know.